All right. Well, we have a player suspended for too many yellow cards. Another one still out because of it red card. I think that's Giggs, and Ronaldo injured. And so we have seven guys on the bench, and this is what we look like. Let's see if we can make it work here today. On the road at Chelsea. Chelsea in seventh place. We are in second, tied with Real Madrid. But PSG have a game in hand, I believe, or maybe we also have a game in hand. I didn't read that very well, did I? And so we'll see what we can do. And if we can't win another one, all you have to do is win your matches. You got to focus on that and not care about what everyone else is doing. We have it here in the back, and it's up to Ericsson now. He's lofts it forward for Sancho, who's got to be really tired. That's the problem we have. Our wingbacks don't have anybody to replace them because they're all either injured or suspended. So we probably shouldn't have gotten rid of so many players, but I wanted to do so we could get some of the big stars. And as a result, we don't have the ball at the moment. That was a pretty good animation a second ago of our player being sort of brushed off, his attempt at a tackle not quite working. So there are some good animations in Football Manager, and it's not just guys running through other guys, which is always fun. Sort of ghost action. Here's Bobby Charlton over to Sancho, finds Maradona, whose header is on target, but caught by the keeper. And he makes it look pretty easy, so that didn't quite work. It ends up here with Chelsea, and that is tapped away by the foot of our defender and out for a corner. And boy, that's a big sea of blue that we're up against. And let's see if we can prevent this from going in. It was Pele making the emergency header to knock that away. And then Maradona kicks it back, but not quite back far enough. We hate defending. I know that. We want to get this ball back and score. That's what's more fun. And, well, it's knocked out again for another corner. So James did a good job for Chelsea at bringing that up. And this is out again for a corner. And it's Lev Yashin running up and grabbing that out of the sky. And so it goes. Here's Ericsson with a corner on the other side for us. And he knocks us forward, looking for Martinez, can't find him. Ericsson over to Pogba now, and his shot is a shot of explosion into the crowd behind the goal, and it is still 0-0. 15 minutes in now, and let's see if we can do something to get this ball off. And they're kind of holding it back there in the back. Here's Chilwell over to Sterling, and that is knocked away at the last second. I'm not sure if that was Martinez. I think that was Martinez knocking that away. Chilwell came in. Good attack, and it was Martinez, who knocked that little tap in away into the third row. So here's Sancho with a throw to Pele, back to Sancho, over to Figueroa. Figueroa does a poor job with that one and gives a possession like there's nothing to it, but best wins it back to Pele. Maradona to Charlton, and he is wide open. Charlton lobs the keeper, and it just trickles in. My goodness, I thought it was going to hit off the crossbar and go out, and it's one of those that hits the crossbar and goes in. So I think it was Maradona there on the assist. Let's take another look here and see. Yeah, it was Maradona with a good pass, and Bobby is behind everybody, and there's not much they can do about it. And man, what a lob shot that was. You remember when they brought lob shots into FM22 and how revolutionary that was? I remember the first time seeing shots like that come in, and I thought, wow, this is cool, right? Wow, that's unusual. And it was just like Christmas Day every game. Here's Ericsson knocking this forward and into a crowd of blue, and it is knocked away all too easily. So we have to get back on this and get the ball back and do something positive with it. Martinez gets it back and then gives it away. And Maduke has his shot knocked back for a corner. I know that George Best is playing out of position. We're trying to train with the position, you nimwit. Lev Yashin goes up and grabs the ball and pulls it in. And so we'll see what we can do now that we have the ball. Figueroa with a free kick over to Ericsson, back to Figueroa, and it's a poor pass. He has a lot of poor passes today. He makes up for it by getting the ball back. Ericsson to Sancho, back to Figueroa. Figueroa is going to give up possession again. Charlton, and he gives up possession by passing it to the Ghost Man. Best goes and wins this. We're trying to play a little too quickly sometimes. Pogba gets the ball out of a crowd, knocks a shot from nowhere. Pogba, at least in this world, is not experienced enough, and that's why he's making those kinds of decisions. It'd be nice to hold on to the ball for at least a couple of seconds. And here is a good shot by Chelsea that knocks off the top crossbar and is followed by another header that goes off the post. Then Lev Yashin is able to grab it. This is ridiculous, and this is evidence right here that there are too many shots off the woodwork in Football Manager because, I mean, that's ridiculous. And then Lev Yashin, after lying on the ground twice, is able to jump up and grab it like he's got springs in his buttocks. Here's Pogba up to Charlton and can't get it to Bobby. And so let's see what we can do here. And oh man, there's Jackson. Lev Yashin goes over to get that one, and Nicholas Jackson's able to win it anyway. And Lev Yashin made the poor decision here. He should have stayed back. He thought that he could get it and tries to grab it with his feet, and it doesn't work. So take a look at this again. It was bad defense by us. Lev Yashin, I'm not quite sure what he's doing, and he's in poor position, and we give up that goal too easily. Sweeper keeper's nice, but you have to choose when you're going to go out, and that was not the right decision. That goal is on Lev Yashin. If he stays back, I'm pretty sure our defenders can get back in time. And so that is the equalizer. It is 1-1. Don't feel too bad, like I've said before, about us maybe not being in first place, because this is a crazy, crazy difficult league to play in. Every single match is like this, and it's been pretty intense, and we've had guys dropping like flies. And our squad is also not big enough because we spent all of our money on big names instead of getting the players we needed. That's the Manchester United way. And that shot, fortunately for us, was off target and over the goal. So we'll move forward as we have a chance to get this lead back, even though we are away from home. Lev Yashin probably felt some of the pressure at the moment. You do realize that he's pretty young here in game. A wonder kid, kind of an older wonder kid, but wonder kid nonetheless. Speaking of wonder kids, there was Paul Pogba trying to get a red card, and then we were playing a little bit of fisticuffs there in the center of the pitch. I'm not sure which one of our players it was that knocked the guy down from behind. It was right in front of the referee, who decided to ignore it, thankfully. But one of these days they're going to catch us for doing that. Lev Yashin jumps up and grabs it. I know we want the guys to get stuck in, but there's a difference between getting stuck in and trying to bury your opponent 10 feet deep. Martinez to Best. Best runs through a crowd to Maradona. Maradona back to Best, over to Martinez. Good. Let's hold on a little bit. Back to Lev Yashin. That's right. We want to keep possession to Martinez, over to Pogba. Back to Monzeglio, and we've given up possession too easily again. Monzeglio has to run back and has to concede the corner. So the passing is a good idea. Holding on to the ball is a good idea, but you can't just sort of tap on the ball and think that it's going to do something. Not at this level. Eriksson knocks us forward, which is, again, the wrong decision. We need to maintain possession instead of working too quickly. Monzeglio, however, probably is the one to blame here, and there's been a number of times in which he's given up possession the last this match and the match before. So, I don't know. One of these guys isn't playing so well, and when it's the same guy involved every time, I have to ask myself, what is the reason for this? Pele to Sancho, back to Monzeglio, Martinez. Monzeglio will get a lot of chances to prove himself, though. We're not going to do anything with him because we paid a fortune for him, and we don't have anybody else to play the position. We sold them all. Hopefully that won't come back to haunt us. Famous last words. And there's Chilwell again to Sterling, and Figueroa with a dangerous tackle. Another tackle is made, but it doesn't do anything. Sterling with it again. And Pogba is able to knock it out for a throw. James, for some reason, decided not to grab that one. So, we've got, attempts at fouls left and right over here, and we still can't prevent them from having possession. Total wild tackling by us here in very dangerous and precarious positions. Not exactly what I want to see. And both Best and Sancho are looking tired. It's probably about time to bring them out. So, we will. It's going to be the same thing that it was in the last match where we bring on Mason Mount to come on. So Mount will come on, and Duncan Edwards will come on as well. And we'll see how this goes. Might give us a little bit more offensive firepower, I guess. We'll see what happens here. Martinez to Monzeglio, back to Yashin. Lev over to Martinez. Poor pass to Pogba, to Eriksson. Back to Figueroa. Figueroa over to Mount, back to Figueroa again, and he gives up possession once again. How many times has he done that? Jackson takes a shot, and that's way off target, but I am very concerned when the same guy keeps giving up possession over and over and over and over again. And says there, Duncan Edwards looks nervous coming on. I look nervous too if I never played in the position before in my life, but your country needs you. Your team needs you, my friend. This is your hour of your country's darkest hour. Here's Yashin throwing over to Martinez to Figueroa, down to Mount. Mount up to Charlton, good. Back to Mount again. He's playing this position like he's a natural, man. I mean, this looks great. It was a great cross, and unfortunately it hit the Chelsea player right in the head. Mudryk over to Jackson again, and it's Lavia who has the ball, takes a shot, and that fortunately is knocked out by the keeper. So it's a corner for them. And PSG, by the way, up 2-1 in their match, and will probably end up winning this group in the end, I'm guessing. We have a lot of football to play, but they look really, really good. I was just looking at their team a second ago, and I'm not sure that we can play up with them. Maybe if we didn't have injuries and suspensions, we'd be able to. Sterling with it over to James. And Yashin, I don't know how he kept that one out. That was like one of those Pickford saves we saw yesterday. And Charlton ends up conceding a corner here as they have been attacking fast and furious. And so let's see if we can get this off. The game is starting to show its fatigue. And that was called Niknu. I'm not going to try it. It's called to be offsides. Mount gives the ball away very, very quickly, and it's Jackson once again. And he's run past everybody else, and fortunately we're able to prevent that shot and knock it out for a corner at the last second. So it's not looking good. Chelsea have the crowd behind them and look like they are on the rampage right now. Take another look at this if you want. I mean, the problem again is our defense is kind of out of position and out of sorts and doesn't really know where to go if they're coming or going. Now, there was no need to knock that out for a corner. We probably could have let that one go straight to the keeper and would have been just fine. It wasn't a shot with very much on it, and it was from a strange angle. Mount over to Eriksson. And Eriksson's clearance is bad, and it goes straight to the Chelsea player. Leviashin grabs it out of the sky, but man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is working for us. It's Chilwell with the ball, Sterling to Mudryk, and Pele does win it with a tackle, and then it's won back, and then we have to have like 4 players win the ball back finally at the end. How many superstars does it take to screw in a light bulb? Pele with the shot from a crazy angle almost goes in. It's saved by the keeper. Trying desperately to keep this in. Here's Mount with it, knocks it forward for Maradona, whose header, and it's just a little bit too soft and does not go in the end. Here is another Chelsea corner. I tell you, if we can get out of this with a draw, we'll be sitting pretty, because I don't think that we've had most of the possession here. And this is knocked away, and there's nobody covering him, of course, and the guy who runs over to cover him decides to run away. So that was a problem. That's a good save by Lev Yashin, and that makes this another corner for Chelsea. And let's see if we can just prevent this from going in. That's all I ask. And fortunately, the header is high. So about 4 minutes left here in this match. And they have another goal kick. And this is down to Sterling. And let's get back on it. Mount gets it to Figueroa, to Pogba. Forward to Pele. Go, go, baby. Go, go. And it's to Maradona, who scores. And he does it. He does it. And that's it. 2-1 Manchester United. And that must be the winner. Maradona, who looked really, really nervous starting this match, finally gets it in the end. And, I mean, this is why you have these two players. Look at this. Pele is behind the defense, and he sees everybody going after him and sees Maradona out of the corner of his eye, so he passes it over, and that's the goal. 2-1 Manchester United, and we have only a couple minutes left, and this may be the end. Let's see. It is a goal kick for us, and what's Leviashin going to do with it? He's just going to wait, I think, for the whistle for a second. He'll run out of time probably. There it is to Martinez. Monseglio up to Edwards. Edwards to Maradona to Pogba. Pogba to Eriksson, and he's fouled, and there's no call. It doesn't matter in the end. No, he is called in the end, yes. So the referee very late in coming up with that call, Monseglio, and we're waiting for the whistle. And the Chelsea fans are praying that they can get the ball back over to Mason Mount. Mount up looking for Maradona, couldn't find him, and there it is. There is the whistle. So much against the run of play. With only a 0.75 XG, we win this one 2-1. We had 50% of the possession, which is better than I thought it was. And I'm a little bit worried after that one, but we made it work despite poor play by Lev Yashin on that one play. He doesn't deserve a 6.4, man. I mean, that's a little bit harsh. We did it, though. We win 2-1. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.